kind of that. And you try this kind of thing. Like that. But maybe like this kind of thing. Then you take this old Spanish trick, or it's actually Mexican trick. You go like that. This little trick thing learned from a Mexican mama. It goes like kind of like that. Okay. That works. Okay. So I am going to approve just on nachos.
Yeah.
Little kitty, little kitty, little kitty, I love you. Little kitty, little kitty, little kitty, I love you. Little kitty, little kitty, little kitty, I love you. Little kitty, little kitty, little kitty, I love you. Hi, kitty. I want to play forever and ever and ever and ever. Little kitty, little kitty, little kitty, I love you.
Oh no. Her son was doing graffiti. So the son was doing graffiti at the show, William, and spin it.
Second door knock, 1 point. Next door knock, 0.5. Next door knock, 1.2.
I'll push your hair back from your eyes. I'll be with you, girl. Let me alone. It's a million miles.
Next door knock, 3.4.
Everybody wants some echoes of reggae. Coming through my bedroom wall. How a party up next door. I'm sitting here.
Oh no, Ruby Soho. Oh no, Ruby Soho. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby Soho. Ruby, 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 Ruby Soho. Ruby, 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 Ruby Soho. Ruby, 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 Ruby Soho.
Stories that are true, sink into a collapse, knowing when you're through. Black coat, white shoes, red hair, free, gotta cook, got a car. He's only when you're doing what a number from up bar. He's biggest people. She never got back.
Next door knock, 2.2. right, just like the last one, 1.2 for next door knock. Smart security system. ADT. What time do I get back? Does he speak English? Thank you. Next door knock, 0.7. That's in David Lynch, right there, listen. Or it's in something like that. Yeah, I remember hearing
At first, no. Time and ran silently in the background, chasing receipts.
Next door knock, 0.2. Yeah, getting to the point where I will have to pee eventually, but not there yet. But whenever I do get there, it's like... Next door knock, 1... All right, next door knock, 0.3. Like a wrestler dude from California. Next one, 0.2.
No more prohibited shows. If you're 12, you can come. I don't care, you know. Come. Have fun. Live. Vive la Chicago. Let's thank our little singer here.
stop the concert, the floor was falling. They didn't say anything about it because the floor was like crashing in, the Tower Records floor. They just hinted at it. They said, no, we just want something about, no, we don't want any of that or something like that. Because they were jumping up and down. And the Tower Record upstairs floor was starting to collapse. So they...
No, it's not all, it's all ages. Don't worry about it. No more.
Dollar item. Every time I get a Slurpee, someone's always outside spitting. I'll come out with a Slurpee because you get them free if you get that one drink. So you get a free Slurpee, and then there's always someone. It's like, because I got a Slurpee.
All these rumors. No, not those kind of rumors.
That's what I should do. Drink some of the Slurpee and spit it out.
One, we are not the...
So it took me 5 minutes to sweep, not much.
When you're writing a scene, you're always kind of getting to the meat of the matter. It's not just simply just speaking and trying to go over what happens in the scene. It's not about that. There's always an idea in the scene. This idea has to do with, he doesn't recall it. Now, it does happen in Mulholland Drive, because David Lynch was the idea man. There is weird identity stuff, but it goes like way out in left field. This basically with Wendy Willows and Shep, who Shep doesn't know what's going on. He's just told to come to the office basically when he's there, and he goes to the office and then they're waiting and they're detectives and things like that. Now, it's Wendy Willows and the Colonel probably might stand there or be outside or somewhere near, good cop, bad cop kind of thing. So they question his whereabouts. Wanted to ask you about these days. You've been with the force for exactly, 5, 6, almost 6 years, blah, blah. And then he basically, or she says, we know the vehicle was here on this particular day. We're kind of looking at this day. So they may only focus with one part. Then what they're doing is connecting the other murders, of like 3 or so other murders that could possibly be connected with these other murders. So it goes all the way back to 2020. But they may mention that towards the end. But they don't make an arrest because they only have video. The only reason he's there is because they have video of him walking from this warehouse called, outside it would be called Wings and Forks. And I might just call it Wings. But there is a place called Wings. I just say Wings and Forks right now. I guess that might work. And then they know secretly, they find out that it was a brothel. But when they ask him, the idea in it is they ask him, and he says, no, I've never even been over there. And he actually did, so Daniel actually did take Shep's interceptor there. So it was actually, it shows that it was there. So they show proof of that, like the GPS and the computer being turned off in certain spots. Because Daniel did everything that he would do if he was a cop and was doing something illegal, because this stuff has happened, especially with Hoyts-Claw. If you watch the interview with Hoyts-Claw, which I've seen, Hoyts-Claw is a real case. It's in Wikipedia. He got charged with 266 years for some horrible stuff that he did. Really horrible, like really bad stuff. Not Silence of the Lambs stuff, but pretty bad. Ted Bundy almost stuff. And he was an actual police officer. This is true. Now, he's interviewed, and they had the footage. So they have photos, still photos, probably what she'd have. They're like black and white glossies. And she says, okay, explain this. And it's him walking with this old migrant guy that ends up being cuffed to that old antique 1969 Chevy pickup truck, which they have photos of that too, which they might show him. They might show him that to show him. And this is what ended up happening to him. This is what ended up happening. See, he's cuffed. So they have that and they show it to him. He's flabbergasted because it's really not him. It's Daniel in a mask. But they try to digitize it larger and stuff to see if it could possibly be a mask, and they can't really tell. It's footage that's not. It's a CC camera, so it's not like a Google Pixel camera or something like that. With all the weird stuff they have today, he's not arrested, but it's not looking good. So what ends up happening is the interview goes forth, and after it's over, he asks, well, am I arrested? They're like, no, you're free to go. These things happen. It probably happened to Hoyts-Claw too. I don't know if they got him right then. But at that point, Matt begins his own investigation and realizes that there's something going on. That it wouldn't be his younger brother on the force. Shep wouldn't have done it. So that's when he starts planning his escape, which he'd have to take the blame for that and probably leave the force and do something else, because they would come after him for sure. So he takes the dive for him. So that's kind of part of the story. And then there's major copyright going on. So that is the idea. The idea is that they show him the photo and he has no idea who that is. And he really doesn't. Then eventually we'll explore that night in segments what Daniel actually did with the Mickey during the football game, probably on July 4th. I don't think there was a football game, but there was some kind of game. Maybe they watched the football on, what's that called? DVR. It's some kind of night they had, and then he fell asleep, and then, well, he got Mickey, he had, put a Mickey in his thing. And then you see him put the putty on his face, and then peel it off and make the negative and all that kind of stuff. And that's a segment that would be written, if it's not already written. And then you see him going and putting the thing in the special mask thing that he has, that he usually does on the 35th floor of the tower. And then you see him putting it on, very Mission Impossible kind of thing, and then fixing it onto his face and all that kind of stuff, and making it like really, he's like pulling on it, and it looks it looks exactly like Shep. So, and then the interceptor comes out of like a thing. You see all that like later in the reveal, which isn't that cool. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it might be kind of good in the book and the novel. And then, okay, so I was thinking about when Clarice first meets Hopkins' character, Hannibal Lecter, how that was kind of cool. But also it was cool too when she first meets Buffalo Bill too. It's kind of a weird moment. So one of the characters would probably run in to Daniel from Rib that know exactly what's going on to follow him. And that's when the reveal is of what he really does. meaning the audience sees what he does for a living. So it's a little bit, probably he's not actually probably a cop. Then they run into him, but he becomes one. He dresses up like one. He gets into the Interceptor, and it's like exactly the same thing as one of the other Interceptors that are not out. So he behaves exactly like one. There's an incident where this guy did the same thing on a subway. He used to drive this subway around New York City, and they had to put a tracker on him and make him stop doing it. He's kind of almost a savant kind of genius where he could do this disguise thing. So it gets into like real Mission Impossible disguise so that he can become this cop. And he does this. So he may not get caught red-handed doing that because he does it so well that it would be dangerous for Rib to even try to get that close to a cop. So they have to get him in his other line of work or whatever, and I have to figure out what he is. And they may run into him, and then that's when he would get tranked eventually. And probably Lady Shroom throws him off. There'd be something that throws him off, or one of them Jed might do a disguise of like a migrant or something, or maybe Poopy or Droopy go as like maybe a migrant, and then he tries to pick up this one, and then that's when they get him. And then of course he ends up in his underwear at a 7-Eleven in Alaska and turned over to the FBI. So it ends kind of with the FBI at that point. Then they get on a submarine for whatever reason. They're going under the ice in a submarine, and then Shep is headed back because he's proven innocent, and he's headed back to Fort Worth. And that's whenever he sees on the horizon helicopters and black smoke, and there's definitely like turmoil and war. That's how it would end in that particular series. So that should get from the Windy Willows 94. Got 6 more chapters.
Somebody was on vacation. I'm not putting up this crap. The seafood lady said, yes, it should help.
Open ourselves for you all to see. And hey, by the way, as long as I'm thinking about it, I hope no one reads the Sun Times, because whoever wrote that Sun Times article is an idiot.
July 26th.
And that's exactly the reason. That's exactly the reason why we've had so many problems in Chicago, is because of shoddy journalism like that.
It says July 26th.
Yeah, I felt like it was 2015. I was supposed to go 15. Maybe that's what it was. I felt like I was supposed to go to Smashing Pumpkins.
Tower Records in Chicago.
Yeah, this was Dallas. My first little boyfriend over here that read diamonds and minerals and stuff. Raymond. Chinese dude. Chopsticks. Do it. Green stickers. Look at the cinema. This is what the British people see. Just like.
No, it is. I can tell.
Mom, go ask her.
No, don't ask her.
Go ask her.
Sweetie, get back in the car.
No.
She was ballet?
Yeah.
Where is she?
She went over there.
Oh, that one? She was ballet, ballerina, and then performing at Bass.
I'll work over
And her name's Nicole.
Yeah. 15 years, she said.
15-year ballerina.
And there's a show tomorrow.
That makes her probably almost like in the late 20s or maybe 30.
Just
They start at 12 or 10.
Get off your phone. Come on. We're downtown.
There's a red thing right here.
What did we do before cameras?
They change that light all the time. So you said I had a YouTube show and I went to the actor's studio and that you asked her if she was a dancer.
Yeah. You can listen to it off your car. Pay attention.
Submarine. A yellow
Oh, your note is way off.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
The song goes.
In the land where I was born, there was...
Full speed. Ahead, Mr. Parker. Been a while. Sky blue. It's better on your yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. You have to go deep. No, you're too high pitched. Yellow submarine. We all live in the submarine. No, submarine.
Yellow submarine.
No. Yellow submarine. We all live in the yellow submarine. 2 minutes, 38 seconds.
A yellow submarine. Oh, get the periscope. Oh. Watch it, John and Paul. We got the periscope up with. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine.
Alright, that's enough, dear.
We all live in a yellow
It's
submarine. In a land where I was born, there was a submarine.
Cut. That's too much, y'all.
Okay. Charlie. Like a nuclear bomb.
That's a reasoning for it. But I was very happy.
Here we go with today's kitty. There's one kitty, 9 lives, and each cat life has a number. Numbers 1 through 9. Swirl the cat food. And pick a cat food. Today's kitty will be having fancy feast, beef feast, and gravy grilled. And what will tomorrow's kitty be? That's a good kid. Voila.